Back to one of our top stories now. One person has been injured and several taxis have been set alight in the central Johannesburg. So let's get comment now from police. So the police commissioner in Gauteng, Lieutenant-general Elias Mawela, just to give us insight in terms of exactly what happened earlier today. Thank you so much for your time this evening, Commissioner. But let's talk a little bit about what was the cause of the violence with these taxi associations today. What was this all about, actually?
Good evening, Faith, and your viewers at home. Thank you very much for the opportunity. The real cause of the violence, it will still have to be established. But what we know is that there is an ongoing dispute between the two taxi associations, and it has been going on for some time. Our MEC was engaging the two associations to try to find an amicable solution. But today, we were surprised when we see these people, they go around and ban each other's taxis. But what I can report is that in Johannesburg, there were six taxis which were damaged, and there were 4 which were burned down. But we have also learned that in Soweto, there is also 2 which were burned down.
So then, Commissioner, as you say that this has been an ongoing battle between the taxi associations, do we know what are they fighting about exactly?
The main issue is the dispute over the roads. That is the main issue which we know that they are fighting over about. But the MEC is trying to have an amicable solution with those two associations. So this is what we know for now.
Any arrests that have been made subsequent to the burning and the torching of these taxi vehicles?
No, thus far there's no arrest, but cases were registered, and then we will continue to investigate those cases.
Any suspects?
No, obviously we don't know the suspect, but the good thing is that those incidents, it happened in the CBD of Johannesburg. Obviously, there is a lot of information technology which is mounted there in Johannesburg. So we'll go through our investigation to get the footages. We are hopeful that we will get something out of those footages which are there.
Can we confirm that indeed we had 2 of the drivers that were assaulted on the 15th of October, that is on Friday?
Come again with that one?
Can we confirm that 2 drivers were assaulted on Friday as well?
Yes, I can confirm that 2 drivers were assaulted on Friday. And also, I think 2 weeks ago, we also had some incident in Soweto there, whereby our metros and traffic officers, they've responded positively, and 14 people were arrested who were involved in the assault and damage of the cars of other taxi associations.
You know, Commissioner, you keep saying that the Transport MEC is on top of it and is trying to find an amicable solution to the ongoing fight within these 2 taxi associations. But certainly, I'm sure you can appreciate it, that it certainly does give you guys, as this SAPS, a lot of work to do, because you now have to be on the scene, you have to now follow these arrests, you have to be following the suspects, as well as finding out exactly what has been happening with the ongoing investigation. What can you tell us so far regarding the progress of this investigation? You're saying that the MEC is dealing with the finding of the solution part, but surely this is a headache for the SAPS, because you guys have to come on the scene and clean up and chase suspects and get arrests done. It's a lot of work and a lot of resources, I might add.
You're so right, but the engagement by the MEC is just one pillar of our strategy to deal with taxi violence in the province. We also have other pillars like the combat pillar, whereby we have established the integrated multidisciplinary teams, which are ensuring that on a daily basis they patrol all the affected roads, they go to the taxi ranks and so forth, try to manage this taxi conflict we have in the province. And the third pillar, which is the investigation part, I can inform the people of Gauteng that thus far, this investigation team, they are having over 80 suspects which are going through the court process as we speak. And these 80 people, they were arrested since January 2021.
Yeah, arrest is one thing, Commissioner, but you and I know that it's all about finding a conviction to it, right? So, and the only reason you're going to find a conviction is if there is subsequent and strong enough evidence to substantiate the actual charge in itself. So from the evidence gathering perspective, does the Gauteng SAPS have enough muscle power and manpower to be able to conduct these investigations thoroughly so that, never mind charging these suspects, but we can actually see people behind bars who should be held accountable for the ongoing violence?
Yes, you will recall that some time ago we had a taxi violence commission, which was gathering the evidence, gathering the information about this environment. And one of the findings was that the unit which we have, the taxi violence unit, it is not fully capacitated. So as the SAPS, we need to do something about that. I'm happy to announce to the citizens of this province to say that we have capacitated the unit. We have also removed those who were tainted, whereby we receive a lot of information about their attitude towards this thing, or they are involved in this taxi thing. So they were removed. Some of those people, we charged them departmentally, they were fired in the police. So what we have right now, it is adequate to can deal with the challenges which we have at hand. But surely this is not what we want. If people, they can sit and discuss and solve their problem, it will be good for us, because we need to channel the police resources to other challenges which we have in this province. So we call upon the Taxi Association, sit, discuss, and have an amicable solution so that we can channel the police resources to other challenges we have.
I got you, Commissioner, but let you and I have an honest conversation about this for a second. It's also been understood, even by various taxi associations, that will come on board and say, look, it becomes also difficult within the associations themselves because there are allegations of police officials owning taxis, right? And that in itself then becomes a conflict of interest. How do you then press charges against yourself? So my question then to you would be, are you aware that there are members of the SAPS who would be owning some kind of, will be involved in the taxi industry and owning taxis? And subsequent to that, do you approve, disapprove, and what do we do about it?
In terms of our policies, police officers, they are not allowed to can be involved in taxi industry, whether to own a taxi or be an operator or have a relationship there. We are not allowed. So any member of the SAPS who are found to be having taxis, we deal with them accordingly, and they have been fired. I can say to you right now that there is one colonel who was fired this year. We have found that this colonel was owning the taxis. He didn't even declare it to us. He didn't have a permission for running those taxi business. But we call upon to the Taxi Association, if they know of a police officer who's owning the taxis, surely is their member. They must bring it to their attention and say, Constable Mawela is owning taxis, and here are the taxis which he is owning, and he is the member of this association. Will definitely deal with that police officer decisively. So
you do admit that there have been reports of police officers owning taxis, right?
The report was reported and it was dealt with. So it's a history for us. Let new reports come to us, we'll deal with it.
All right, then in that case, Commissioner, before I let you go, any solution for this warring faction or this warring associations, in your opinion? What is going to take for us to end the violence finally?
I think we are hopeful that the meeting which the MEC have called for tomorrow, it will come up with a solution. But at the same time, those who have committed these offenses, they mustn't think. They must never ever think that what is going to be discussed tomorrow, they will be off the hook. We'll continue to investigate those cases, and those who will be arrested, surely the justice system will deal with them decisively.
General, we'll leave it there for today. Thank you very much for your time. The Gauteng Police Commissioner, General Elias Mawela, giving us the latest there on the tax associations that, were warring today, and also with the continuous violence within the tax association, this time with the CBD that has been affected. Well, on to